Hey everybody, this is Mitch from planet5D.com, and I'm outside on this glorious day in St. Louis. It's been incredibly hot here. We've had days as high as 110 this summer, and it's actually cooled off a bit. I'm also minus my assistant because she's getting ready to go back to school for tomorrow, so I've had to put together this episode all by my itty-bitty self with no help. And you can hear an airplane or a helicopter going by, sorry. I am currently still using the Atomos Ninja, and I'm actually just using it as a monitor right now, an external monitor on my 5D Mark III. This is episode 31 of the Daily Planet 5D, by the way, and we're going to talk today about some inexpensive follow focus units, and I've got 3 of them here, and they're all kind of dangly and stuff. What do you use them for? Well, instead of having the big fancy rig system, many people can't necessarily afford one of those. These units are small and light, and they attach right to the follow, or right to the focus of your lens, and they all 3 have a stick on the end, and you pretty much use them to smoothly focus as opposed to having to grab the ring with your fingers. Very simple solution, and many of them work fairly well. One of the first ones we saw on the market, as a matter of fact, was somebody that found a jar opener at Target or one of the simple stores, and it had a rubber thing, and you just attach it and off you went. So you get those for, I don't know, a couple of dollars over at Target, but they weren't necessarily built directly for this solution. The first one that I received last year was from DSLR Solutions, and they're at DSLRFollowFocus.net. And I'm going to describe this in a little bit more detail in just a minute, but it's fairly simple. It has 2 knobs. The main one is the long one here. The second one is simply so that you can squeeze it together to apply to your lens. Very simple, works very well. We'll go through pluses and minuses. The second one that I received at NAB was from Foton Accessories, and they're at photonexport.com. It's a simple plastic, hard plastic device that has little teeth. I don't know if you can see that very well. So you pop it apart, it spans to go around your lens, and then you just snap it together. It also has the stick mechanism and a pretty little F right there. So it has 2 sticks. The last one that we received not too long ago that I've already shown you briefly is from Veravon. It's very similar to the original jar opener plastic device. And it's a little stretchy, and it has the plastic thing with the stick on the end, which is what I currently have on the Nikon D800, which I have to send back today. Boo-hoo! I'm going to sort of go in reverse order now. The Veravon is really very nice for many different things because it is flexible, and it doesn't go, or you don't have to have a specific size to match the lens. It's a simple matter of taking this, wrapping it around the lens, stretching it so that your rubber bits go in the little slot there, and then it stays attached. It works fairly well. Minuses are that it doesn't work for all lenses. As a matter of fact, I tried it on the 40mm pancake, which I'm using right now, and it won't stay on because the pancake is so small. And actually the focus ring is actually kind of curved a little bit, and this won't seem to grip that. But for most lenses, it's really nice to be able to just stretch that and fit the size of the lens. It fits pretty tightly, and off you go. Works fairly well. It gives you, even with the rubber, gives you a little bit of flexibility there. Really nice little unit from Veravon, and I think it's priced at about $39. It's a little bright out here still. I'm sorry about if I'm squinting. I think I'm squinting. No squinting. The Foton Accessories follow focus is flexible in that it goes around some lenses, but it won't go around smaller ones. And I did not look yet on their website to see if they have smaller versions. But you get the flexibility of just that amount of diameter. This is my 24-105 from the Canon, and it fits right on there, and you just simply snap it around there. Oh, one of the other advantages of the Veravon and this one, by the way, are if you happen to have the lens hood on, you can attach and remove this without taking off the lens hood, which is also fairly nice. So you have to snap it on there, and it can get a little tight, a little hard to snap in the right place, but once you do, it works just like the Varavon one. It's firm, it's very tight grip, and to remove it, you simply separate the grips, the little alligator teeth, and then pull it off. I do not know the pricing on this one. The third one, and still one of my favorites, although it's the most expensive of the lot, is the one from DSLR Solutions. And I really like it because it's very simple to attach the big negative besides the price, and I think it's only $79 for the kit. The big negative is that you have to have one specifically sized for each lens. If you have a different size exterior, I have two of them. The smaller one actually happens to fit on the back of my 24-105, kind of in a squeezed mode, and so I can actually do the zoom thing as well as the focus. So it kind of has dual functionality if you want to go that route. The other thing that is a big advantage of the DSLR Solutions is that it comes as a kit. You get a piece of Velcro that you can wrap around the lens, and then it comes with these little focus points that you can attach to the Velcro strap and predefine where your follow focus points are. And one of the reasons why that's really nice, if you're self-operating and you've got your camera in front of you and you're focusing on the LCD or whatever, then and you want to have predefined spots where you're going to focus, start and stop. Without this kind of device, the other devices, and I'm pointing down at the ground where the Nikon is, the other devices, you just have to sort of know where you want to stop. With this one attached on the lens, let me take one more second here. The DSLR Solutions comes with a pointer that you put on the metal unit itself, which then, and I've got it backwards, which then once you strap it on to your lens, you put it on your lens, and it's pointing, you see, and let me put the Velcro piece on there because it just makes more sense. With the Velcro attached, you see I have these little pointers, and they just simply attach and unattach. Clever. They just pull on and off of the Velcro. So you put your DSLR Solutions with the pointer on the end, and you put it on the focus ring, and then you have these stops. So as you're focusing, you can feel that stop, and it physically will stop you as you're focusing when you have it set up right. And they're not the sturdiest of things. I think they were working on a newer version, and I have not seen whether they've put out a new version yet. But the idea is there that while so you can operate the follow focus without knowing without having to look at what you're doing. This is the only solution that I've seen that will set that up for you. And yes, it is $79 or whatever the current price is, and it is more expensive, and yes, it kind of looks like a coat hanger. Some of the people complained about that. But it does what it needs to do, and it's custom designed for your individual lens, and it works really well. One other slight negative with the DSLR Solutions follow focus is if you're using a lens hood, then there's probably no way to get this around the lens hood, because lens hoods tend to be much wider, like this. And so you have to take the lens hood off in order to put this on. Again, it's a little tiny negative, but I wanted to make sure you knew that. So it's much cheaper than the several hundred thousand dollars. If you're buying a follow focus at $700,000, will you call me? Because we need to talk. Anyway, so there are some simple solutions. 3 of them, they work very well. There are some negatives to each one depending upon which kind of lens you have. So there's advantages and disadvantages, and I hope we've given you some idea of what's out there on the market.